Hey everybody, what's good? I hate to do this, but I have to come on now. It's about 2 something. Y'all know I normally, post during the lunch hour. Apparently people don't want me doing that. And of course the things that I posted this morning, um, when I was posting these things, y'all, I don't be thinking of them as controversial. I don't. But apparently they are. And the people that read them or that follow the page, even though it says I don't have any followers, the page says that. They be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't. It's like the powers that be, and then the individuals that are part of these secret societies or whatever the situation may be. They get upset, and then all of a sudden I can't post online, and whomever this stalker is that I have as well, because I got a stalker, and he's a young gentleman, probably in his 20s or whatever, but he's got a gaming addiction, I think, and possibly a drug addiction and all kind of stuff, right? So when you go on, when I'm online, I have a person, my page is open to the public. I'm transparent. I don't have no reason to lie about none of this stuff. I am not crazy. I am mentally stable. I have been checked out by doctors. I'm completely stable. You see me sitting outside because they refuse to give me a storage unit because the community is tight knit, and they I don't know what they're doing. They got issues with me, and so they want to antagonize me. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Branch Davidian cult from the 90s that they took down that was in Waco. It's a lot of cult-like activity that happens in Texas. I just put it like that. And when you come against a cult-like group, it's like a gang. You know what I'm saying? So you're dealing with people that are in groups that will take you down. You know what I'm saying? When I say take you down, that means blackball you from employment. That means get you off of information technology. That means a series of things that can wreak havoc on your entire existence and life. I have gone through this since 2018. It has been over 7 years, right? This is one company that I went in, walked into, and worked for that I wish I had never, ever approached, because apparently they are inundated with this group of people, right? And I don't have no issue with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Prior to this, I had a successful series of positions and jobs with different corporations with non-disclosure agreements, and I had my management, they encouraged me to always elevate and to become a part of the company structure, as far as, because I did an excellent job is what I'm saying. And I didn't have any problems with any members of management or any of my colleagues or employees that I work with. I supervised teams. I've done things, and managed teams. I've up to 60 people at one time, right? So this is not a situation where I am lying. All of these things can be proven. I have credentials to back them up. So all of this other stuff, the ladies don't like to hear that kind of stuff. I don't know if they feel like I'm in competition with them for their mates or whatever, because it's a cult-like environment. I don't want your man. I don't want nobody. Y'all see all this gray hair on my head? I'm not entertaining anyone else's demons, right? And I'm not introducing myself into anyone else's life where I have to deal with someone that is possibly unstable as far as a husband or a wife. I've never endured domestic abuse and financial abuse and things of that nature, because a man is in a position, in first place position of power as far as money. None of this stuff was part of my life until I walked into this company and began working for them. I worked for them for 4 years, came to work, did my job, and went home, right? I didn't have to deal with none of this socially. I didn't have any socialization with these people. I guess they were under a different impression as far as who I was, or maybe there was a mistaken identity with someone else that they thought that I was socialized as far as the social orientation, because they looked at my resume. I had worked successfully with banks before for years at a time. I wish I never walked into this place because it's been nothing but hell ever since then. I don't know what the affiliation is that they have with the community that would govern everything that I touch, but they didn't investigate or research it far enough, and proceeded to do some terrible things to put me in a situation where I was blackballed from my profession, and I had never done anything, even to them. I hadn't done anything, but they took the word of an individual that they work with. It was one of my relatives. They infiltrated my family members. People do anything for money, right? And unfortunately, money in the wrong hands will wreak havoc on somebody else's life, and that's what happened to me, right? My family was compromised, and they agreed to do away with or to ensure that my mouth stayed closed, right? And they promised these people these things. So now I'm going through a situation where, I have forgiven everybody. I gave it over to Almighty God. I thought we was through and past all of this, but no. I get a threat today talking about next time I will kill you. So that's a verbatim what it said on my Facebook news feed. So I don't know. This is to let the public know, even those that work for this company or are working with the secret societies that may not know, this person or people are still making their threats and doing things to me, even if you told them. They're disregarding your authority, whoever it is, because again, there are levels to this thing, and I am not involved, and I respect the code. So when I've been taught about the streets. I know what you're supposed to and what you are not supposed to do, and to disregard the direct order of somebody that's in a high level position within the streets, you asking for a problem. So I'm not asking for that problem. I'm telling you they keeping the problem ongoing. Okay? So that's why I'm addressing it in the manner that I am, in an open forum where you can see I am not doing anything to anybody. Right? So you can check over the last hour or two as far as what my activity has been online. You can see that I was unable to access for online activity, right? So, it's sick, and as for those in the entertainment industry, I told you, I don't know what you were told. You got people that work for you. There are teams of people that work for you. You don't know me from Adam, and I don't know what they telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? And if I say something, I'm transparent. I can say it again. I can put it online and put it on Front Street, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't one of these people that go hide in the shadows like y'all. I don't do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I know that y'all have a reputation to protect, and you need to continue to work. So for certain reasons, you keep your things in the shadows, and like you ain't, you use online avatars and things like that, fake pages. People may work for you and represent you online, but I don't know if what they're saying is in alignment with what you would have done. That's what I'm saying. So again, I don't know who's doing what, and that ain't my business, right? If you don't like me, that's fine. They ain't like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I'm Jesus, but I have done nothing to you for you to hate me. All this hatred being spewed at me, I have no idea why it is. And you expect for me to trust you? Come where you are or pursue such things? You people are crazy. Now do you see why I don't have any money for one anyway. Otherwise I probably already would have left here, But I can't continue to... Who does this every day? Who sleeps outside every day with no home or permanent residence, with no, people to back up your situation, You know what I'm saying? The guy that was in the background that you see over there, I do not know him. You know, people always trying to get their face seen and all of that. The gang stalking and all the foolishness is just crazy. You see him? If you want to be seen by the camera, sir, you can be seen. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just ridiculous at this point. It's silly. I can't, and I won't be involved in it anymore. So if you see me and you're like, I don't know why she did that, and you tell the other people, I don't know, that woman crazy, huh? I'm telling you she got a problem. Tay ain't got no problems. I have been mentally evaluated by doctors as late as 2019 and during the course of my life because other people in my family are sick. I don't have mental issues, no instability or inconsistency or incompetency whatsoever. So I've had financial problems. That's all that I have had. That's it. So for those people that whatever inheritance was left to me, possibly from my grandmother or grandfather, is what the news feed is alluding to. Whatever you took over or you stole, I didn't need your money. I didn't need your money. If it was gonna be all of this and I knew it was gonna be bullshit and I found out that somebody left me something, I would have refused it. I wouldn't have wanted it. I would have given it to somebody else because it ain't worth all this bullshit to me. I made enough money. I was making between 45 and 60K a year by myself with no children. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no overhead costs like what everybody else had. I didn't need your money. I didn't need the money. They left me the inheritance so that I could have something for retirement because I had not yet set that up. And they knew that. So what y'all did was wrong in every sense of the word. I had plans for my financial future and you ruined them. I have now worked in 7 years due to this blackball. So yeah, you take 7 years and you multiply that by $50,000 per year and you tell me what you owe me. Because you will owe that. Whatever the inheritance was, I'm sure it was not the same as what I would have garnered in a 5 to 7 year period with me working. So getting me blackballed, that's any type of, defaming my character with people and all. Yeah, damages. You owe me for the damages that you had actually instituted to my life. We ain't gonna even talk about the inheritance or any type of money you may have taken over time. Whatever y'all did, I don't even know. But the feds know and they've already converged in this area. So whatever is happening, whatever they investigated before, they've been with me every day for the last 7 years. They've been monitoring my phone devices. I've had at least 10 phones. I have a clean record. In order to obtain the type of job that I had, they do a 20-year background check. They may not have done it with your company when I was working for you, but they did it for every bank that I worked for. USAA Bank, Chase Bank, they do criminal background checks on everybody, to ensure I couldn't be no criminal and work for them in the areas that I was working, And again, complete non-disclosure agreements were obtained to ensure that I did not leak information on their corporations. So whatever y'all done did, all of this stuff can be proven in court. I ain't did nothing to none of y'all. If this was behind some type of petty jealousy, or if you took money because you feel as though I didn't know how to manage it, and you didn't know shit about me or my finances, you in trouble. Because you got people that are sitting back saying if she got a house, why is she living on the street? Yeah, it must be something wrong with her. And they know my background, they gonna think it's something wrong with you. They done pulled all my stuff. All of my stuff is documented. Is your problem. I have been government bonded. I have had an insurance license, held a license. I'm not lying about none of this. I ain't sitting up fabricating or delusional or anything like that, like I pulled something out of the air. That's not what's happening here. All of this stuff can be confirmed and will be confirmed because I couldn't obtain any of the things that I have without having documentation. Everything has to be documented. It's more than just, oh, her social security card and her. No, sweetie. The levels and places that I've worked, everybody's not allowed into those areas, right? It's like having government clearance. You don't know all the information that everybody else knows. There's a reason that there was a dollar amount attached to my salary. But you didn't know what you was doing. You just assumed that I was unintelligent and that when in all actuality, I didn't get into the particulars of my life because I saw how messy that y'all was. I was like, I remember when Sheena moved here, my cousin Sheena, we were on church grounds, and somebody asked me what I thought about her moving here. I said, that's not my business. Whatever she wants to do with her life, that's what she wants to do. Now, if you are her auntie or her superior or a matriarch of that type of caliber, you have that conversation with her yourself if you worried about it. You don't have that conversation with me. I ain't got no bearing on her circumstances. You don't start to gossip about that on church grounds. So this is to let y'all know how I get down. I don't get down like that. I don't. So for y'all to be sitting up in the shadows discussing me and trying to come up with some assessment of who I was and trying to determine through my relatives that are clinically already diagnosed with mental illness, bipolar and other, and schizophrenia and things like that, y'all, you foul. Everything that you did makes no sense. You should have just came to me and had a conversation. I possibly would have turned down the money if you needed it for something else, or if it was determined that you needed it for something else. But this was about being greedy and the fact that you did not think that I would manage the money in a way in which would be appropriate. Because I was living in an apartment and I didn't own any properties and you couldn't see anything on paper. The public couldn't see it. So, therefore, there must be something wrong with me. You evicted me from my apartment. You repossessed my car. You got me fired from my job. It all happened within the span of 3 weeks. You have no idea what you was doing. It's all documented. Somebody even showed up in court and posed as me. And it's not a game. And you still want to antagonize me to this day. I have a forgiving heart. If anything, I don't hold grudges. The Lord didn't create me to be that way. So I don't have any issues with y'all. Except for, like I told y'all, keep Dirk away from me because I am very apprehensive about him being around me still, and have been since he was a child. In other words, I think he was sent here specifically by someone other than Almighty God to perform horrible acts against those that he encounters. And he posing as this subtle, gentle giant type of human being. Y'all, I'm telling you, I don't have time for this. I don't know how much longer I have to live, and I want peace in my existence. I don't want all this other stuff that y'all introduced into my life. Y'all came here through Deshaun and through grandmama. You know what? If these people had not been here, it would have been fine. When it was just me and Beverly here, we had no issues of family problems or anything like that. She was not in my life like that, as were none of you. So I'm just like, I don't understand it. 32 years of this, I was fine. There was no reason, there's no way that you could have convinced me that someone had it in for me, family or otherwise, because I did not do anything to anyone to deserve such disdain or hatred. So anybody that y'all was talking to, even my parents, okay, with the understanding that one was diagnosed schizophrenic and the other one had a ongoing functioning drug problem, that there's no way that they could even tell you what the intricate workings of my life. They didn't know. They weren't around me. We're talking about 32 years. I left home in 19. Who the heck does not research to determine what's going on, or take the word of clinically diagnosed mentally ill patients to try to have me in a conservatorship, or have them with power of attorney over my life. And I'm working in a bank and have had supported myself my whole life with no assistance. Names on leases, my own name. There have been no men living with me. There's no one that has been a support system at all that can lie about it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all dropped the ball, and my life was altered permanently because of this, right? So you're wondering why I'm talking about it again today. It's like, dang, can't she leave it alone? Y'all don't leave it alone. When you start threatening me again, talking about, oh, next time I will kill you, oh, we need to have a conversation about it today, because to be absent from the body is to be present with Almighty God. I fear God more than I fear you, and I have no idea why you still threatening me and going against whatever order that was handed down that told you not to address me in such fashion anymore. So, since you want to be hard-headed, a hard head make a soft behind. So I'm putting it out there so everybody know what you done did again, right? It ain't cool. I have forgiven everyone. I did not deserve that type of disrespect. If you mad because of the position you in, I didn't put you in it. You did this. I didn't even need the money. I was making money. I didn't need your money. You didn't know that. That's your fault. You put yourself in that position of harm's way. That's your fault. That's not mine. So for those that are not involved and have been operating in accordance with, whatever was handed down by the powers that be that told you how to govern yourself, this is not about you. This is about somebody that broke the code, and y'all gonna have to address whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no power over what it is you're supposed to do or not supposed to do. But y'all gonna have to do something about it, because I don't have money to leave. And I can't let you just continue to handle me any kind of way you want to. I will not be handled, because that's ridiculous. I'm a full functioning adult, just as those that are in an upper echelon way of life are. This is so sad. Y'all dropped me into the existence that I'm in. At the announcement of someone that was clinically mentally ill, that just baffles my mind. How could anyone not know that? How could anyone not know me and go off the word of somebody that lived across the country? Y'all gonna, man, I'm telling you. And I'm not finna piss off the powers that be. And I ain't finna piss off God. You know what I'm saying? I know how to respect people in the code. I don't just do anything just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Or just to prove that I still hold weight or whatever. That's crazy. Y'all continue to be blessed and be you. And all you're getting, get understanding, so that I'm not continuing to have to go through whatever type of mental issues that someone else is having. Right? I didn't post anything over the past 2 to 3 hours online. I wanted to, but all of a sudden my phone seems to have shut down and was not working. And that's when I, booted it back up, and I saw this online about next time I will kill you. And it was a woman. As far as the actual post itself, it was, like a specific scene from a movie, so to speak, that I had never seen before. And I was like, what is this? And the Lord placed it in my spirit as to what it was and how it was supposed to be directed toward me. So I'm telling you, you can't accept it, or you jealous hearted. And the Lord, they've given me a spirit is one of my sisters, right? I don't know what's wrong with you, sister, whichever one of y'all it is that has this problem. I am not a part of your life. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably going to remain that way. Ain't no probably, I'm sure it's going to remain that way. Because I can't deal with your highs and lows from your bipolar, because it sounds like you're bipolar, whoever it is. I'm not. I'm on an even keel. I have a human range of emotion, as I should have. We all have that component in our makeup as human beings. So yeah, I'm gonna get upset, I'm gonna get mad, and I'm gonna express that. But as far as this don't make no sense. And the girl that just left here, she looked like she could be a doppelganger for Tamika Jackson, maiden name Jackson. So I'm telling y'all, it's not a game. I appreciate those that came by and ensured that I had something to eat today. But I can't continue to depend on the kindness of the strangers. You know what I'm saying? I know God works through people, but it's like, dang, can she get a job? Can she do something with herself? She's out there with these people. You know, so I'm appreciative. I don't want y'all to think that I'm not. I'm very grateful. Unless I wouldn't have if it wasn't for the kindness of these people. But I'm sure that they understand that I was placed in this situation mistakenly. And so everybody's trying to deal with it the best way they can. I need to work. Until something different happens, I'm still out here without shelter, y'all. It's not God's way. I ain't never went without nothing, no place, food, shelter, or clothing. And that's not just to say that I'm too good. It was never meant to be by God. Is what I'm trying to tell you. It was never ordained that I live this way. So whoever is responsible, they will be held accountable, and I ain't got nothing to do with it. Right? But I'm responsible for getting myself out of it. I don't want to continue to live like this. It makes me look as though I'm incompetent. It's an oxymoron that I don't have a place to live, and I work in the capacities that I have to try to secure housing for others. I'm going to get off here. Y'all continue to be blessed and be here. And I hope you guys have a blessed day.